Championship Sunday, this Sunday, May 11th. 10 matches kick off simultaneously at 10 Eastern on the networks of NBC Universal, highlighted by Manchester City versus West Ham. That'll be on NBC. Liverpool and Newcastle on NBCSN. And the woman who is the studio host, the lady who's the studio host, Rebecca Lowe, who's already gone soccer snob on me, correcting me on my pronunciation. So it's not the Premiership.
No.
It's the Premier League.
The Premier, not Premier.
The
Premier.
Premier.
Correct. Yeah.
Premier
League. Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Yeah.
It's the pitch.
It's the pitch. Yeah. It's the table, not the standings.
The table.
Yeah.
1-0.
1-0, which I got caught out in Sochi, didn't I? Saying
Yes,
for the
you
hockey,
did.
saying
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah, you did.
That didn't go down well.
Yeah.
So I had to say, what did I have to say? 1-0?
1-0, 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-0.
And then you have like the strip and the kit.
The kit is your jersey.
Yeah, it's not a jersey though, because like this is a jersey.
No, that's not a jersey. That's a sweater.
It's actually a sweater dress. But
McLevin has a jersey on, the Johnny Manziel. What did you think of seeing that in person? McLevin with a Mansell jersey and his underwear.
Well, those legs reminded me I needed to get milk before I went home. It's a bit hard, sorry.
At 2, Rebecca, at 2.
But you're from London, so you're used to seeing that kind of pasty complexion, aren't you?
I have that pasty complexion, Dan. There's a lot of bronzer going on.
Yeah. I got to move to London.
Yeah. Oh, you'd fit in well. You'd be super popular. Would be.
Yeah, you went soccer snob on me, though.
I know, but I have to because it upsets me, so I have to just correct.
Okay, let's drop the British accent, too, all right?
Sure.
Yeah. Doesn't that give you credibility?
What, having my own accent?
Well, no, when you have a British accent and you are talking soccer, we immediately think you know more than you know. This is anybody who has an accent, a British accent.
Oh, really? Do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's nice to hear. But I also think that there are plenty of American people with American accents who know loads about soccer, football.
But have you heard somebody with a Southern accent talking about Manchester City?
I love a Southern accent.
Can you do a Southern accent?
From Alabama? Like that? Is that good?
No, do the Southern accent.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit of that Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
No, you're not going to do that.
No.
So the Premier League. Biggest match this week. What's at stake? Championship Sunday.
The championship, the title race is at stake. It's not as close as we thought it would be going into this final weekend. It's between Manchester City, who are on NBC, and Liverpool, who are on NBCSN. But City only need a point, really, to win the league. And they're at home to West Ham United. So it's between those two to win the league. Manchester United and Tottenham are fighting out for a place in one of the European competitions. Other than that, everything is pretty much sewn up. But the last day of the season, they all kick off at the same time, which never happens throughout the season. Only last time it happened was probably way before the television deals of like back in the 80s. So it never happens. Only last day of the season. And it's just something different about the last day of the season. Crazy things happen. Score lines, 5-5 was won last year. Relegation, we already know that Fulham and Cardiff are relegated, and Norwich City will also be relegated. At the moment, mathematically, they're not, but they will be. So the tears have already been shed in some of those cases, but Fulham and Cardiff were relegated playing away from home. So this is the first time they've been back in front of their home fans, knowing they're relegated. So there'll be plenty of tears, lots of on-the-pitch speeches, and then with the title race, you never know. This season, Dan, not that you've been following it, but let me just tell you that
I know Liverpool has really blown it the last month.
That's correct. Poor Paulie. He's a little sad.
Oh, I know.
He's sad.
Yeah. Yes, Paulie.
Yeah, Liverpool really blew it this month, and Rebecca's favorite team is?
Crystal Palace. We were part of them blowing it. They were 3-0 up, 3-0 up at Selhurst Park, and there was 11 minutes to go, Dan, and Crystal Palace scored 3 goals.
Was there extra time?
No, there's no extra time in the Premier League. There's stoppage time. Stroke injury. Crikey. Stoppage time, stroke injury time.
Let's go back to the dog's bollocks.
Okay. Which you're definitely not today.
Yeah. I'm
By
not
the way,
the dog's bollocks today?
Can I just say that that's swearing, and it's like 5 to 10.
What is swearing? Is dog's bollocks?
you can't say the B word on English radio or television until after 9 p.m. in England. It's a rude word.
It is. Well, then why were you saying that so freely at the Olympics?
Because I was teaching you the culture of the British language and didn't expect you just to roll it out at 9:54 a.m.
Okay.
By the way,
What?
Paulie, I've heard his 5 seconds of soccer that you give him.
Yes.
And that's, by the way, majorly popular in England. You're less popular for giving him 5 seconds. But he's majorly popular.
Really?
A touch more than yourself.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
And when are you going to maybe just extend the 5 seconds?
We're in negotiations right now, but we'll see.
Look, he looks in hope.
He does. Yeah, very sad.
I don't know if I could fill more seconds than 5. I don't have a lot of content.
Yeah.
You do. But we could talk about Liverpool for a long time.
On a serious note,
Yeah.
with what we deal with here in the United States with our owners, certainly Donald Sterling with the Clippers, like there is racism that seems to be prevalent in soccer, where it's chants throwing bananas on the pitch. How much leeway do we give soccer as far as when it comes to that, holding people accountable for that?
There's way too much leeway given. The real problems, I think most people would agree with me, are in Spain, are in Eastern Europe. Italy has had problems as well. There's less of a racist element in English soccer. There are still moments, but a lot less than 25 years ago. It's interesting. We were talking about this the other day at work. At the moment, the fines for being found as a club for being found guilty of a fan of yours being racist is £10,000, £15,000, which is about $20,000.
Yeah.
Manchester City Football Club at the moment is possibly going to have to pay a £50 million fine for spending too much of their own money. By the same governing body, which is UEFA, which governs European football, how can that be right in this world? £12,000, £15,000
Well,
for racist behaviour.
Depends on what your priorities are.
True. Well, UEFA's priorities are not always correct.
All right, the final 30 seconds. The place
That's 25 more than Paulie gets every day.
Here's 30 good seconds.
Yeah.
The place you would never go to watch a game in the Premier League.
Oh, I go everywhere. I've been everywhere. I love everywhere.
Okay.
I'd always go. Yeah.
Where's the one place I have to go?
You have to go to Anfield.
I thought it was Old Trafford.
Yeah, Old Trafford's just going through a moment at the moment. Not as good. Anfield, go to Anfield. Take Paulie, for goodness sake, take the man to Anfield.
I would
Stand on
like
the
to
cot.
go over there and do a show.
Oh, we should. And I'm going to come. Let's go.
Championship Sunday. 10 matches kick off simultaneously at 10 a.m. Eastern on the networks of NBC Universal. Rebecca Lowe will be there to guide you through Landon Plains. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming in. You are the dog's bollocks.